Hey everybody, it's Luke, and I'm here again with another whiskey comparison. Today's whiskey comparison, however, is a bit special. I'm doing a, what is it? A personal blend, I suppose? Suggested by Ralfy. So, Ralfy in video, Ralfy Whiskey Review 112, he tasted Johnnie Walker Green and suggested in that video that if you have a significant whiskey collection, take your Caol Ila 12 and your Talisker 10 and do 2/3 Caol Ila 12, 1/3 Talisker, and 2/3 Talisker and 1/3 Caol Ila in two separate glasses and do a comparison. And that's what I'm doing today. Now, before I get to that, I have to thank Lion of God 9 for suggesting that I do this, reminding me that Ralfy did this, mentioned this in a video, as well as Daniel Okada for reminding me to pour some Johnnie Walker Black to compare along with it. I'm also going to compare some Johnnie Walker Green label, just so I get the full breadth of everything that's going on. So I expect this to take some time, and I actually expect this comparison of these two to be pretty difficult. So I've got two little bottles here where let me see if I can turn these right, there we go. So I've measured 30 milliliters of Talisker and 15 milliliters of Caol Ila over here in this one, and 30 milliliters of Caol Ila and 15 milliliters of Talisker in this one. And I'm going to pour these out, and then actually I think probably what I'll do is maybe have a quick sniff and then add a little water and let them sit for a bit to open up, and then come back later. I'll do some fancy editing and come back later to see how they open up. So this one's the one that has more Caol Ila. This is the one that has more Talisker. And then just for completeness, I'll pour Green Label. And Black Label. Okay. Okay. So I did do a video tasting, comparing Caol Ila 12 and Talisker 10. That is video 19, I believe. Basically, Caol Ila 12 is really well balanced, but a bit smokier and more kind of floral, whereas Talisker is more peppery and a little bit more youthful, less smoky. Do a quick sniff here and then add a little water, and we'll come back. I expect this to be very difficult. So this one is smoky and coming off slightly sweet. Reasonable amount of saltiness. Okay, now this is the one with more Talisker. Okay, yeah, so I can tell that it is slightly less smoky. The Caol Ila is giving more smoke to the mix than Talisker. But the Talisker actually, interesting. To me, Talisker is not terribly sweet, although for some reason in my mind it's more sweet, but the nose on this one just seems less, like it has less body, oddly enough. I think it needs some time to open up. Just do a quick sniff of these, the Green Label and the Black Label. I'll probably do an official Green Label, Black Label comparison sometime later. Ah, interesting. Not very smoky, somewhat smoky, just a little bit, but actually what's coming across is more of a chalky nose on the Green Label. It's more like the one with the blend that I've made with more Talisker. And the black label is actually even less smoky, more sweet, just a little bit flatter. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little water, and we'll let these sit, and I'll come back to it. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Now, these have been sitting for about 6 minutes, technically. And I'm going to have another sniff and a taste to see how they compare. Okay, so this is the one with more Caol Ila, this is the one with more Talisker. And I went and grabbed some coffee beans just to help refresh my nose if I need it. Ha! Yeah, so Caol Ila is I think it's a bit stronger as far as nose goes when it comes to these two blends. Because I'm getting a good bit of Caol Ila on that one, which is like smoky, almost like Kalamata olives with the salt in there. And this one's coming off with more pears, less smoke. As far as pepper goes, yeah, actually, in my video I noted pepper in the Talisker, and actually this one is a bit more peppery. But they, combined, they're actually both really interesting. I don't think I would be able to say which is actually better, because they're both good. I mean, Talisker and Caol Ila are both good whiskeys, so if you combine two good whiskeys, it's hard to go wrong unless you're over mixing things. Let's have a taste. So from what I remember from Caol Ila, this is like Caol Ila, but it's got a little bit more body now, because the Talisker is kind of, it's just got a little extra sweetness to bring out, just kind of hold it up a bit more. Have a sip of water. And the one with more Talisker. Boy, significantly more pepper in the taste. Let me get my notes out on my Talisker here. Gosh. They're very similar, except for the Talisker one is got more pepper, a little bit more sweetness, and the Caol Ila one is coming off more smoky, more salty. Huh. Okay, let me just pull off this green label and see what it's like. Yeah, okay. So what I'm getting here with the green label is actually, it's, well, it seemed like it was more of the Caol Ila mix. No, but actually, the mix with more Talisker is actually most like the green label. But the green label is coming across with more salt than the Talisker blend. Strangely enough. So perhaps one of the, so smokiness wise, the green label and the Talisker blend are actually more similar, but the green label has salt like the Caol Ila blend. So they're probably adding some other whiskeys that bring out that saltiness. Boy. Okay, just give me a second here. A little coffee. It's good. Okay, let me taste the Green Label. So Green Label is coming off a bit more youthful. The pepperiness that I get from the Talisker is definitely there, but the smokiness is much more subdued. So I think they're using significantly less Caol Ila in the Green Label than, 66%, which is what I've got here. But I think the peat lover in me is coming out right now because at the moment I'm really liking this Caol Ila Talisker mix. Because the Caol Ila is really well balanced, and that's good if you want to just spend some time with it and pick out each single note. It's easy to pick out each one because they're all about the same strength. But boy, Caol Ila is nice with that little bit of extra sweetness in the background. Yummy. Okay, let me just for completeness, the Black Label. Let me have a sip of water. And just, there we go. Yeah, less smoke. Still pretty sweet. It actually has a bit of a graininess to, yes. Black Label is 12 years old, but it does have grain whiskey in it. So you get a little bit more corn syrup. Kind of a lighter body to it. But, sippable. Still can be enjoyed. I don't think I can really come to much more conclusion than I like the Caol Ila blend better. But this has been very interesting. Green Label is, I think, discontinued at this point. So if you see it and you want to try it, grab yourself a bottle now. If you're around a Costco, Costco does carry it, at least in my area. So see if you can nab a bottle there. But yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. An interesting experiment. And yeah, till next time. Bye-bye.